Well, good evening. I'm here to go over assignment 7, part 1, ED 560, and this is for my mindful leadership class. And today is April 13th, 2017. And this is part 1, seeing the big picture. So, why do we often fail to see the big picture? I believe distractions are definitely the main cause of why people do miss out on the big picture. And I'm definitely guilty of that. Many times I'm distracted. A lot of people I see are distracted by social media. I'm not so much. I'm not a real big social media fan. I don't even have a Facebook page. I've just never been a fan of it. I feel like it takes so much away from um, life and family time, friend time. So I'm not guilty too much of social media, but I'm guilty of distractions. Interruptions are a big thing too. I believe that a lot of times people can be focused and doing the right thing, but then they're interrupted. And so they lose track of what they're supposed to do, and overall they lose, point of the big picture. Also, a wandering mind can definitely um, cause you to be distracted. Your mind can be thinking about maybe what you're having for dinner when you should be focused on exercising. I've done that before. Also, I'm distracted a lot by my email, especially at work. I've learned to try not to check my email as frequently as I used to because I'll lose focus on what I'm trying to do. Because sometimes when I check my email, then I have to reply right away, or maybe go solve a problem or find something out that someone has asked me. So that's definitely a problem for me. Television can be a distraction for myself. I see that more in other people. My husband's pretty guilty of being real involved in a show, and I can be asking him a question, and he's not paying attention to me. And sometimes it's an important question, so that's why I pick television. Also, worrying about what others are doing. I'm really bad to worry what my kids are doing and why they're doing this, or who they're going with, or even like where are you going to eat. I'm always worrying about, I guess you can say I'm a little nosy, but just worried about what they're doing. And then I'm really bad to get distracted by missing out on something. Like if I do this, I'm going to miss out on doing that. So that's something that distracts me quite a bit. So when asked what my priorities were, this is what immediately came to my mind. I probably got a lot more, but this is just my, within a minute, this was what I listed. Of course, my family is my first priority. My husband, my two children, Christian and Trevor, they're 20 and 17. I'm all about my kids. I also have my dad, who I take care of. He's recently had hip surgery, so I've been helping him recover from that and being a caretaker. I also have pets. I have 5 dogs, 5 horses, a cat, chickens. Trying to think if I missed anything. I love my pets, so they're very important. I recently just got back from a trip where I was gone, and so my husband and son were in charge of taking care of all the dogs, and so I really worried about if they were going to do it right. So I left lists, and just it's bad. So yeah, my pets, they're very much my priority. My career, I'm constantly, finding ways to improve what I do, my teaching style, my lessons, what I'm bringing to the students. Is this working? So definitely my career, my students, my coworkers, they're all big priorities for me. And furthering my education, I will be graduating in May. So my priority right now is to get my college degree and get that master's degree and be proud of myself for the completion. I'm also helping my children right now plan for their future. My oldest son, the 20-year-old, he will be graduating next year from Jacksonville. So we're making plans for him and, trying to do some job shadowing for him and get some ideas of what he might want to do with his degree. My other son will be a senior next year, so we're working on getting his schedule made for next year. He only has one class left before he graduates, so we're trying to get him enrolled in community college so he'll have something to do instead of just taking one class in high school. My home, we're about to do a big renovation on our house, our kitchen, bedroom, foyer. So I've got that to look forward to this summer. So that's one of my priorities. And I'm also become a little more involved with my church. I've always gone to this same church, but I'm just at a point where I feel like I need to do more. I've really been soul searching and just trying to get in and do the right thing. I just feel like I need to be doing more than what I've been doing. And then, of course, my friends are my priority. So making a difference, of course, I'm going to continue my education journey before May and graduate. Slide that down. I'm also going to help my children make the right decisions when planning for their future. My husband has his own business. I want to continue supporting him. I want to set goals for the home improvements that I plan on doing. I don't want to just go in there and just go crazy and do it. Continue being a teacher. I want to be a mentor to new teachers. I want to be a role model for my coworkers as well as my students. And like I mentioned before, I want to become more active in my church and just kind of see where I could be of use and be more helpful, whether it be teaching Sunday school classes or helping with our bulletins each week. So just kind of see what the need is for me. And my full potential, to answer your question, I don't believe I've reached my full potential. I really believe a person never really reaches their full potential, that we're all a work in progress. We should always be working towards bettering ourselves and looking for ways we can, improve. So I don't want to say I've reached my full potential. I think I've just begun. I am at a good point in my life. I'm really happy. I like my new free time I've had since my kids are a little older and more independent. I get to spend a lot more time on myself than I used to, so that's fine. But I do want to become a better role model for my students and mentor like new people at my school when they come in. So no, I've not reached my full potential. I've just started. I'm also becoming friends with people I've always worked with, but never really got to know them outside of school. And two of my teacher friends, we've become yoga buddies, and now we go out to eat and go out for drinks after our yoga class. So and we talk about things other than school, so it's fun to learn about them and what they do outside of school. So no, I've not reached my full potential. So how great can I be, and how do I intend on getting there? Well, number one, I'm going to slow down and just realize that not everything's going to happen today. There are some things that can wait, and I just need to understand that. And of course, I'm going to be more mindful, get all those distractions in my life out of the way. And I'm going to get there by continuing to practice my yoga. That's really good for my mind. But I'm also going to continue my practicing meditation exercises that we started in this class, and try to do that at least 10 minutes a day, whether it's driving to work or driving home from work, or maybe while I'm in the shower, or maybe when I'm going to bed at night. Unfortunately, there are things holding me back. I think that anyone would say that. Of course, time, there's never enough time in a day. I always go to bed thinking, gosh, I should have done this or should have said that. So, I just need to realize that I need to take time and to try to always be mindful and stay focused. And then, of course, you never know what's going to happen. So unexpected events can definitely be something that holds you back. And that's it for part one. Part two will continue next.